brother
Let me check
Amir.
when you live so see how we going.
As a matter of fact, pull up Facebook on that computer there so we can share it out to the public. Hey, listen, as you get in here, if you can hear us clearly,
What's up?
please let me know. You see me on the screen right now with my man Amir in the building.
It's your boy. It's your boy.
All right, scroll down a little bit, Amir.
Huh?
Scroll down.
Uh-huh.
Oh, no. Matter of fact, click on my name right there and go to my page.
Jamal.
Yeah. And then scroll down to the live. We should be on screen right there. Scroll up, scroll up, scroll up. Yeah.
There we go.
All right. Go up here and share it to the public. Make it public.
Edit audience.
Edit audience. Edit audience.
Edit anyone.
Public. There we go.
We are live.
All right. We are definitely live and direct.
We are in it.
So, Amir, welcome.
Yes, I am glad to be on the welcome to Andrew's podcast.
All right, so let's get us some background music here to rock with and make sure it's not too. Hear that?
Yeah, a little bit. We good, I think.
All right, so again, I am here live with you see him right here on the screen, my man Amir Greene in the building. Amir is out on spring break this week, right?
Yep.
So how's that been going for you, buddy?
Well, I've been on my trip to North Carolina. I just got back yesterday night.
What'd you do out there with?
I went to. Well, I tried to go to Carrions, but it was raining up there. So.
You went last week then?
Yeah. So we went to a movie theater called Synergy, and you can get like reclining seats and like you can order food and stuff. Yeah. I love that place. I love that place.
There's a place like that down in Somerville.
Yes.
But then the first time I went to a place like that, I don't even know if I did go to a place like that in Somerville, but I know we went to a place like that out in Pennsylvania, and it was.
Is it called Synergy?
Nah, it was called something else. But you could get your food, you can order drinks, like
they got a bar and stuff. They got a bar and like you can like it's a barcode on the little thing and stuff. I went to go watch Creed. By the way, go see that. That's a good movie.
It is.
Yes. I watched all the Creeds.
Was it long?
It was about 2 hours, something like that.
2 hours, something like that.
We got there at like 8:15 and left 10:30.
So y'all got you Creed. You got an endorsement right here. So my man Amir says go out and see Creed.
But first, go watch the two other Creeds first before you go watch the 3 ones.
Why you say that?
Because like once the 3 like every movie leads to like what ended at the last movie. Like when you watch number 1 at the beginning of number 2, it kind of like just flows apart. It flows like through the lifeline of Adonis Creed.
Yeah, I seen Creed 1, so I guess I'm gonna have to watch 2 and then before I get caught up on 3. All right, so listen, guys, we are here live. If you want to tap in, I am going to put a link on the screen. We got some guests coming on tonight to always to add to the show.
Yep.
And so what we're gonna do is we got a couple topics that we're gonna delve into. Of course, me and my ongoing episode with Gab News, and I wanted to come on here. Actually, I had in my mind to come on here and shout them out because they wrote an editorial yesterday. Well, there was an editorial written yesterday, and it was put in Gab, and it was a powerful piece. And it was so powerful that he took it down and replaced it with the same answer that we have been getting from the county on this situation over and over and over. Amir, do you know what I'm talking about?
The Old Andrews High School gym.
Andrews High School gym demolition.
I remember playing it. It was hot as I don't know what.
Playing in that old gym?
Yeah, it was so hot in there. It was hot.
All right, so Amir, I want you to I want you to get into that article that they let me get it up on the screen here real fast.
Yes.
Let's share the screen out this way. And this is that story. And go ahead and tell us about that story, Amir.
Well, from the article in Gap News, they said the huge pile of rubble that was once the Andrews High School gymnasium is expected to be removed in the upcoming weeks to make way for a new green space park, according to Georgetown County Parks and Recreation Director Beth Goodale. On March 7th, the demolition for the former Andrews High School gym began. The job has began, but the job has not been completed yet. The original plan was for the remainder of the demolition to take place as a part of an exercise for emergency workers. Goodale said Wednesday that the exercise will not take place, so a contractor is being hired to finish the demolition and remove the debris. Goodale said a contract for the job will be presented to Georgetown County Council on April 25th for approval. She said she was unsure what the cost will be for the job to be done. There has been some concern expressed about asbestos in the building. Goodale said the asbestos was removed from the building years ago. She said that even though the gym was used for many years after Andrews High moved to its current location, by 2019, the building had deteriorated to the point where it's no longer usable. That is when the new recreation was built on the adjacent property. Goodale said once the site is clear, it will be used for green space, for picnics and other activities.
So you said you played in that gym.
Yeah, like we running up and down the court. It got hot, and they said they had the air conditioner on, but we could tell it was not on.
No, it was hot back when I played it. As a matter of fact, we used to call it the hot box. But some things that came up in that article that we were talking about off camera, and one of those being asbestos.
Yeah.
I remember the first time I heard that term asbestos is when I was at Rosemary. I guess I was in about the 7th grade, and they came in and they removed the ceilings or whatever. So tell us what you found out about asbestos.
Well, I looked up the some meanings of the word asbestos, and this is what I found. The use of asbestos for construction and fireproofing has been made illegal in many countries. Despite this, at least 100,000 people are thought to die each year from diseases related to asbestos exposure. In part, this is because many older buildings still contain asbestos. In addition, the consequences of exposure can take decades to arise. The most common diseases associated with the chronic asbestos exposure are asbestosis.
And what is that?
Scarring of the lungs due to asbestos inhalation, and mesothelioma, a type of cancer.
And everybody knows what mesothelioma is.
It's mesothelioma.
Okay, why does everybody know what mesothelioma is?
Because if you watch the TV at your house, it say on the Camp Lejeune thing, mesothelioma.
Denied.
Yeah, look tonight. How much you want to bet?
No doubt. So yeah, and that's a concern. Like I said, one of the things that's crazy is the fact that once that editorial was written, and it was beautifully written, I must say that it was beautifully written, is that one of the and that's my issue with Scott Harper. Okay, that's my issue with Gab News, is because you didn't have to take that article down, but because that article had something in it that said they wouldn't let that go on in Polly's or over on the Waccamaw Neck, and which is true. It's a true statement. But again, in that article, did it give a specific date as to when they supposed to take this down?
I think in what article?
In the Georgetown in the Gab
Take
News.
the rest of the demolition down?
Yeah. Well, did they give a specific date?
They said
the building's been there for a month. It's been
just sitting there.
And they knew a month ago. They knew immediately, because what the lady said was the asbestos had been removed years ago. Okay, if that's the case, then why? What is the delay? Because you knew immediately that the gas line was on in there, and that
I didn't even know they had gas in there.
Yeah, they had gas in there, because there's a boiler that used to be a boiler in the bathroom part of it. And that's how they used to heat it.
I didn't even know they had bathrooms. we had to go outside.
Are you serious?
Yes. Man, I ain't never using the bathrooms in there. They might have told me to go use the bathroom, but I've never used the bathroom in that gym.
Wow.
When I was playing, I always used to go outside.
I mean, that gym was outdated when we got to the gym. Back in the 90s, that gym was, at the end of its
time.
Yeah. So
why y'all didn't play at the new gym? Wasn't the new Andrews High School built?
Nah, it wasn't. They built the new in my junior and senior year. That's when they built the field that they playing on now. I guess the plans was it was in the plans to build a new school, but that hadn't come up yet. But we did play on that new field over there. We did do that.
Excuse me.
No doubt. All right. One more thing I want to get to, man, before we bring up our first guest this evening. Is another situation that's taking place. I don't know if you're familiar with what's going on with the EMS situation.
No, I have. What's all of that about? I didn't hear about that.
Okay, so what that's about is the fact that here in town, we used to have EMS housed inside the town of Andrews.
Weren't they stationed at the what's it called? The town hall. Yeah.
And speaking of which, you saw in that article and in your research about asbestos that that's one of the issues with town hall. Town hall is almost 100 years old, and so
that place,
the one that they currently in, that's the reason why they were building the new one.
Wow, I did not know that.
Yeah,
I'm surprised that thing's still standing.
Barely. I guess we could probably say we could probably say that, but what the EMS was moved from there over to the rec. Where?
Yeah, the old
welding building.
That the cafeteria?
No. That was the old welding building over there. They had welding, like shop. It was old. It was that part of the building, but they moved the EMS over there, and then without telling anybody, without telling any of the town officials, they ended up moving it from the old Andrews High over to Big Dam.
Yeah, they built that thing like last year. They that new spot
in Big Dam.
Yeah,
it was recently done.
Yeah,
but they moved it out of Andrews, which puts Andrews in a peculiar situation, because you got the trail, you got the railroad track. The distance is one thing, and then you got the railroad track.
If the train on the track and there's a fire or something.
Okay, so here it is. How old are you, Amir?
10
years old, and Amir has enough sense to know. So
but put me on the spot like that.
Nah, I'm not putting you on the spot. But so what happened is that Scott Harper, again, Gab News, was supposed to be interviewing. He ended up interviewing one of the councilmen who is he ended up doing Raymond Newton after he was compelled to interview Raymond Newton, because he had interviewed Everett Carolina, who is the black county councilman, and Scott has a habit. If you follow him, and I mean, you can just go look on his page. His page is the record, okay? he has he does not have a track record of being fair when it comes to interviewing one race. Yeah, okay, he'll interview the black politicians and he'll ask the hard questions, and so now we just asking for more balance. Okay, I'm not saying
And he won't do
he's doing it now, but it's not as if he did this on his own just
terms.
because that was the right thing to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had to
He
be.
won't ask like the white folks the what's it called, the hard questions.
That's what it appears. Again, I don't think he's a racist or anything like that.
He ain't saying that.
No, but it just seems unfair. But anyway,
Yeah.
let's listen to this interview that and so there was a outcry from the community at county council at the last county council meeting, and yeah, make sure that audio's down. I know you ain't just say that.
No, I didn't say that.
Ms. Ramona.
Hey, dog, we good.
So yeah. So there was an outcry of the citizens at the last county council meeting, and it's been causing the county to move. Okay. And what's being found out is that the county councilmen were not even clued in on this decision that was made. They had no clue. And so now they're running backwards to try and clean up what they already messed up. I haven't put it up there yet.
Oh. I thought you were gonna just go.
No, I'm
like,
still
they can't
going
see
like
it.
now. And so here's what I'm gonna do now. So present, and then I'll go to share screen, Microsoft Edge, and then we'll go over here.
There we go. I'll be cooking with some real grease.
Some real grease. There you go. All right,
Some
so let's
olive
do
oil.
this. And I want to make this big so they can see it good on the screen. But here, guys, you're about to listen to an interview with County Councilman Raymond Newton, who is Andrews has 2 councilmen. Out of all the places in the county, Andrews got 2. And we'll get into why they got 2 later. But let's bring Mr. Newton on screen here. And let's see what he has to say about the EMS situation. And keep in mind, he lives in Andrews.
Well, we hated that it had to be, that it had to happen because we need the EMS here in Andrews. But sometimes circumstance dictate what you have to do versus what you want to do.
And he
went he went to the guy's house and asked, like, just straight up, I want to interview you.
He had to.
He could have like, hey, I want to interview you, but okay.
He didn't have
all
a choice.
people don't think the same.
No, he didn't have a choice. So here's Raymond saying that sometimes you don't have a choice. I don't. The county wasn't even a part of the choice, so no.
And in this case, the building that was housing the EMS personnel, which is really their home, they basically live there. The building that was housing the EMS personnel was built in the 70s, and I was actually a student in high school at the time, and used that for shop class, building construction, and several different other things. And when the building was brand new, we even had problems with it then, with the roof leaking. We had some electrical problems. We had some problems with floors sweating and so forth. Mm-hmm. But it's been there for over 4.
I'm trying to figure out what that means.
What is floor sweating?
I guess that's just through heat and condensation. But he's saying that the building had problem when it was new. The building was old. The building was owned by the school district at that point. The county, so. Is he saying that he was a councilman back in the 70s? That he, said when the building was
in school.
Yeah, he said it had
he could
problems.
Be a councilman in school?
Apparently so. That's what he's saying. And the building was leaking there, but there's no record of none of this.
Oh, because he sounded like he was a thing like back in school.
40 years now, and we turned it into um, a housing unit for our EMS personnel. And when the roof continued to leak among some other.
So he's saying that they put him in a building that was already leaking.
That don't even wait, Tom, hold on, wait a minute.
They got money from the United States Department of Agriculture, the USDA. They got a loan.
But they said he's saying that the building was leaking when it was first built.
That's what he said.
That don't even make
Problems
sense.
with the facility there. Mold developed, and you can't live in a area under those circumstances. It's not fair. It's not fair to our EMS personnel. They work 48 on and 24 off. So, and they should be working 20.
Oh man, has our sound? I don't know. Somebody said they lost our sound. Can you still?
Mic check.
Hold on, let's make sure we're still at that.
Are we good?
Are we good on the sound?
Can you hear us?
Can you hear us, Miss Roseboro? Said you lost your sound there. Can you hear us? Are we back? There you go, my man. Matter of fact, check on there.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Sorry for that. About that.
Are we back?
Mic check.
We good.
We good.
All right. So I don't know what happened, Miss Alice. Hopefully you got your sound back. But if you do, let me know. But we're gonna keep it moving. All right, now here we go.
24 on, 48 off. But since we have staffing shortages with EMS personnel in Georgetown County, they're working 48 on, 24 off. Large part of their life spent inside that building, and we had to finances that did not dictate that we should pour any more money into that building because it was going to be problems later on. We need a long-term solution for it. So what we can do is move on.
All right, and here is again Raymond
Newton,
and he's saying that he's pointing out that the building was going to be a long-term problem, and it was going to do all this stuff, and it was going to do this and that, and he's not pointing out the fact that why didn't you just have them release the funds for the new town hall, and they can be housed in the new town hall?
Cause they got fire hangers in there, like in the back.
Yeah, you seen the new fire truck?
No. Oh, the ladder truck. Yeah, I've seen it.
It's cool, right?
I ain't seen it up close, but yeah.
Well, we got to get you a tour, and I want to go see it up close too.
What? Wait, I got a question.
Go ahead.
Since we don't have thing in here, what if they put like a stationary place on the where the old Andrews High School gym is, like a stationary?
Well, it's been and
for
see,
right now.
So and that's what's happening. What's happening, right? So you're listening to Mr. Newton saying that it doesn't. All right. So Mayor McCleary offered a resolution, which is go ahead and put the EMS back in that building, because he's sitting here talking about there's so much water damage, but it's not, and there's pictures to prove it. And so instead of just saying, okay, you know what, I think the best thing to do is to put it back in that place, nah, he's gonna carry on with his foolishness and continue to put the people of Andrews.
Isn't the mayor over the council?
No. Over the mayor presides over and he's not like over the town council. They work together. You know what I mean? It's like a checks and balances type deal. Okay. All right. So shout out to Amir. Everybody's enjoying. I never get these comments. They don't ever say I'm enjoying you.
Because you're boring.
That's probably what it is. So I got to get you back on more, apparently.
Smash that like button if you want me back on.
Yeah, y'all heard him. Smash the like button if you want him back on. All right. And for some reason,
no. Don't put it up.
What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna let you work this board here in the future, and then you can do that. Because what'll happen? It'll we'll get that echoing and
Yeah.
whatever.
Yes, I want him back on the show. Bet. Bet.
You know what? You can just host the show from now on. All right? How about that?
Okay.
He's
I'll take over.
Here you go. Yep, take over. No doubt. All right. Let's finish this up right here real fast, and then let's get our guest on and find out what they are talking about.
She's serious about this.
Oh man. Well,
We're down to Big Damn Small. Perfect new facility, excellent living quarters.
It's a new facility. It's an excellent living quarter, but it doesn't make sense because you got more people over here. You got the schools over here. You got these industrial parks over here on this side of the river. So you playing baseball now, right?
Yeah.
What team do you play for?
The Miners. I think the Miners too.
Miners too. And so if something happens on the field, it'd be better.
Gotta wait for like a whole, not an hour, but like close to an hour for
that. And that's if there's not another emergency going on.
Right. If somebody gets hit with a ball, then what? And then they'll cross the river. We gotta wait for a hot minute.
Okay. All right.
I don't want to sound like too bad. Like, the future is ready for tomorrow, and it's the present who isn't. Well said, Miss Alice. Well said. Wait, she didn't
very
say
nice,
that.
very clean, but it is a few miles down the road, and the delay.
And he says it is down a few miles down the road. Now I got a few minutes. Big damn, a few minutes.
He must be don't drive down there that often.
Oh my goodness, do you hear this?
Lengthens the call response time. So that was basically the only remedy we had to house the personnel at the time. And
he doesn't even know. He says that was the only.
Confusing me.
He is confused because they didn't know this was done at a department level. This wasn't done. The council, they didn't. This was a mess. This was
most of the residents in Andrews, and as well as the mayor and the town council, did not agree with it. So, council administrator Christian and director Ellis is put in the process of putting together a plan. Again,
they're always in the process of doing something.
They never get to the finish of doing something.
It's weeks. When did they say they're gonna move that trash? And it'll be weeks.
What trash?
The building.
Oh yeah, they said in the next upcoming weeks.
Okay. And what is that? Next 10 weeks? Next week?
Next year?
Next 50 plus weeks? Next 40 plus weeks?
Need to give a specific number.
That's all we asking.
That's all that the residents of Andrews asking.
Plan to temporarily fix the problem, which will it be satisfied to everybody in Andrews? I doubt it.
We talking, we need 2 ambulances down here, actually, to tell you the truth.
They fix the problem, will that bring the ambulance back to?
Yeah, we're trying to bring it back as much as we.
Scott, he doesn't like when you ask him questions. He got a little agitated there just now. He got a little agitated. He wouldn't even let you get your question in there, Scotty.
Like, hold on.
But you should have not took that editorial down. That was wrong.
We can. We have a few options that we're trying to work out, and when they get the details worked out of it, they'll call everybody. And
when they get the details worked out, they'll call everybody. In the
I think
meantime,
y'all got the details worked out. You don't want to do nothing.
Thank you, sir.
Make contact with the town politicians and let them know what we're thinking about doing. And when they get the details,
what they're thinking about doing.
worked out.
Y'all need to make your mind up.
Should be hopefully within a week or so.
There you go. Another week or so. We got weeks, guys. We got weeks to wait at Andrews.
That's the time limit. They go by week.
So Andrews will see an ambulance back in the town limits, closer to the town limits, or
Hopefully right here in town.
Right
inside
here.
the city
Hopefully right here in town.
limits. And,
Pray for it.
Will it be 24 hours a day? Probably not, but majority of the day, yes.
would it be shared with you?
So
What
guys,
if it's
listen,
12 o'clock at night?
I don't want to even listen to Raymond Newton no more.
I'm tired of him.
And I'm gonna get that map. It'll be on tomorrow's broadcast. I'll bring that map up of exactly where these stations are located.
I'll come back tomorrow.
Yeah, you can come back tomorrow, definitely.
Yeah, smash that luck button if you want to see me tomorrow.
He'll be back tomorrow. We'll bring him. We got to get him his own segment. Actually, is what we got to do. So he'll do his own thing. What are you gonna name your podcast?
Get real with the Prince of Andrews.
Get real with the Prince of Andrews, y'all. Hold on a second.
Get real with the Prince of Andrews.
Okay,
Mic drop.
there it is.
Well said, Miss
Okay,
Keyword.
she said she'll see you tomorrow. I guess
Who said that?
Miss Alice.
See you later, Miss Alice.
No, she ain't going nowhere. All right, so
she said see you.
no, she's just saying she'll see you tomorrow.
Oh.
All right. So, let's bring up our first guest here. We got
Yes. Who is this gonna be?
That's Miss P in the building. That's a historian. She's a historian from out of the Dunbar area.
Miss P. Welcome to Andrews, the podcast.
Okay, let's bring her on up. Give her a round of applause.
Yeah. How you doing today?
How are you, Mr. Amir? How are you?
Good.
It's an honor to speak with you. You're very wise. I love how you form your words, and you're dead on with everything that you're saying. And I'm glad that Mr. Jamal have you on so that you can have in your head what's going on and what you can endure in the upcoming future.
Thank you.
So, Miss Pilar, you're out on spring break. What are you guys doing out there on spring break?
Of course, I had to take the Gullah Dolls out on a history tour. Like, that's a no-brainer. So we got to visit Riverbank Zoo so far. Today, we actually got to drive down to Orangeburg, South Carolina, and visit the Civil Rights Museum by the Mr. Cecil Williams himself, American photographer. And it was very interesting because Mr. Williams himself gave me and the Gullah Dolls a personal tour of his museum. So that was awesome.
No doubt. Shout out to the Gullah Dolls in the building, man. Making it happening.
The Gullah Dolls said they want to tell you what happened. What did they let them give you a glimpse of what they remember from today? Hold on.
Right. Yeah,
Here go Brooklyn.
We saw that he only did from the black people's water fountain, a white only water fountain.
What else? What else?
And somebody got shot.
You heard about the Orangeburg massacre, right?
The Orange Bird.
We got
We got see like your hands. That just what's wrong?
all right.
Mhm.
So you guys get to hear it. He got to try some of our Gullah Sorrow juice also. We took
Okay,
him
that's what's up.
some gift. He got some Gullah Sorrow, so it's in Orangeburg. I can go to Mr. Cecil and see what his review was.
No doubt. All right, and so, and can you give the address of this museum? Do you know it off the top of your offhand? I think we lost you there.
Hello.
Yeah, I think we lost her there. Yeah, so I didn't know that it was a civil rights.
I've heard it. I wanted to go because I heard of it, but I wanted to go, but we couldn't.
We gotta.
Can
We
you
gotta
hear
move.
me?
Okay, yeah, we got you back there
You're
now.
back. You're back.
Okay. So, Mr. Cecil Williams Museum is South Carolina Civil Rights Museum. It is located at 1865 Lake Drive in Orangeburg, South Carolina.
No doubt. 1865 Lake Drive,
You
and
heard it right there, folks.
y'all heard it right there.
1865 Lake
We
Do
gotta
Drive.
you,
take some youth. We gotta take some more youth, like Mr. Amir down to Orangeburg,
yeah,
and let
that's
him absorb some of this energy. Because if we don't know where we come from, we won't know where we're going. We gotta teach these kids now while they can absorb it.
Well said, Miss P. Well said.
no doubt, no doubt. Miss P. Lore is one of the sponsors. I don't have any of the juice bottles. I drank the last one the other day.
You got an empty one?
No, I should have had some in there.
Where can
But,
where can we buy some?
Well, that's what we're about to put up on the screen right now.
Yes,
Now.
I
Right.
have them on hand, but you can also go to Morning Time and Dunbar Road. It's a breakfast spot, but on Wednesday they do evening soul food. But Morning Time is a distributor of the Gullah Sorrel juice. That's the
Okay,
only location you can get it outside of my hands.
no doubt. Give a read on that.
Gullah Goods and Gifts. Gullah Sorrel Juice made fresh by Miss P. Laura Richards. Also, please remember Mayfest on Black River, May 27th. Hit Miss P up for more details. Follow her for more.
No diggity. I was waiting on because we're getting close to the time for the farm camping tour.
What?
That's going to take place, and I sent over a link to my people over at Kidogo Farms. I was thinking they'd be in the building by Nizown. If not, we will figure something out.
Are they coming in here?
Yeah, we're gonna see what's good with that. So what else do you guys have? Did you end your tour there today, or do you guys have something else planned to for spring break?
We have other locations planned, of course. I gotta bring it back in a full circle. So we're gonna do some of Georgetown, but Myrtle Beach. We're gonna get some Black history on Myrtle and Atlantic Beach while we're still on spring break. So we will most definitely visit Freewood Farms out in the Burgess community, the only historical Black farm that is currently in the Smithsonian Museum in DC. So I gotta take my girls back out there.
No doubt, man. And you gotta tell these people, hey, come on the podcast. We want to get that information out to more people. Because I'll be honest with you, I did not know about the Black History Museum in Orangeburg. I'm gonna just keep it 100 with you.
For more information, please visit www.richrivertour.com.
No doubt. No diggity. All right, so listen, Miss P, we'll definitely get you back on. We just wanted to check in with you, and you and the Gullah Dolls, and you guys be safe out there on your spring break road trip. Okay. And
Most definitely. Thank you guys for having me. It was a pleasure of listening to you and having a seat next to you, Mr. Amir.
Thank you.
all right,
too.
so you make sure you get those juices when you guys get back in town. We could use some more sorrel juice down on this end down here, and maybe I got somebody to definitely introduce you to a restaurant down here about adding your product to that. So y'all, one more time, give it up for Miss Pilar Richards.
Thanks for tuning in.
No doubt.
She done gone.
All right, so Amir, man, you've made it to the 40-minute mark. Can you please give me and analysis of the what is your first podcasting experience. Tell us about.
It's been going good. It's a different thing because like I've been well, like when I was younger I tried to like start
When you were younger, wait a minute.
yes hold up
How old are you?
10
Okay.
when I was younger.
When you was younger, in your younger years, go
when
ahead.
I was like 7 or 8. I tried to make a podcast and like a newsletter thing, but that didn't work out. But here I am today in the new of the year of 2023. I'm on the Welcome to Andrews, the podcast.
Hey, Miss Tina Marie, I see you back there. All right.
Yes, sir.
I'm waiting. I think Alicia's coming up with you, right? She said, I don't know. Okay.
Sir.
Let's do this again then. All right. So we got another guest. And I don't know who she is. So I'm going to let you deal with that part, figure out who she is. Okay. No, she's with Miss Alicia from Cadogu Farms, and I didn't get.
Wait! Did we see her at the Big Rig Kids thing?
We saw Miss Alicia definitely at the Big Rig Kids thing.
Oh, right? I remember that.
And so let's bring up Miss Tina Marie right here. Let's give her a round of applause as we bring her on board.
Yeah.
And
yes, sir.
Let's clear this screen so we can see what we got on. All right, and that's Braze Nomad. So, all right, let me guess, because I met DG the other day.
You did.
Okay, so you're from the same community.
I am.
All right, so let me bring Amir up to speed a little bit. All right, so I did an interview the other day, and I met this young lady. And do you know what a nomad is? Research time.
Let's go on to the Yahoo real quick.
Well, hold on. Before we go any further, who's Jamal and who's Amir?
Oh, I'm Jamal, and this is Amir.
Okay, see, because the way the names are coming up, it looks like he's Jamal and you're
All right, let's
Amir.
switch. No, we can't. I'll tell you what. Here, I'll tell you what. I'll do it right here.
Okay. So just so I know who I'm speaking to, and
there
I can
you
address
go.
you guys first.
There you go. Let's.
So I gotta go first because save the best for first.
All right.
Save the best for
Look
first.
up.
Nomad me.
Yeah, look that up.
So I'm taking that you guys are father and son.
No, this is my little homie
Uncle.
right here.
Oh, that's your uncle. Well, yeah, he said he ain't no relations to you, Amir. He said you just a little homie.
No, that Amir's
He picked me off on the street. I'm just joking.
Amir's grandmother taught me in school.
Stop the cap.
That's so sweet.
That is.
Stop lying.
No.
What she taught you?
She taught me. Matter of fact, she taught me computer. She was
Stop
like,
lying.
asking when you get home.
Bet.
I promise you.
I should call her right now.
Call her.
Bet. I'll call her right
No,
now.
Amir, I need you to stay focused on the task at hand. You're supposed to be looking up something.
A member of people having a grandma.
Oh, we lost Amir.
You heard what she said?
What?
She said, I'm listening to the podcast and he's absolutely right. Okay.
Ah.
My bad.
Come on,
So
girl.
is that the meaning? A member of people having no permanent abode and who travel from place to place to find fresh pasture for their livestock.
Okay. Not so much the livestock part,
So,
but
if this is the thing, I would say yes, that's about right. When you say finding fresh pastures, yeah, for my life, and you can just in there for my life. Like being a nomad is someone who is a wanderlust, who travels without any real reason or purpose, just to be a part of the world and nature as a whole, and not be confined by the walls of a house. Does that make sense?
So yeah, I'm processing.
okay.
So you're less likely to go to Florida if you have a house in South Carolina, because you're thinking, I have to pay for this house, I have to upkeep this house, so how can I just leave here and go to Florida, then leave Florida and go to Tennessee, then leave Tennessee because I have this. So being a nomad is you take everything with you and just go wherever you want, whenever you want to be there.
Oh, So she takes her animals with her.
Yes. I have a dog, Ruger. I have my dog Ruger, who travels with me everywhere I go. But he had a stroke, so he's home now. He's no more part of the party.
So let me ask you this: how long have you been a nomad, and what inspired you to become that?
So my story is a little different than probably most people you know, or definitely different than DG. So DG, I introduced Alicia to DG, and I found DG because I was. It's a long story. Well, I'll go over that another day. But anyway, me and DG connected because we were both African American females and nomads. Gotcha. And when you're being out and traveling a lot, it's always better to travel in groups just for your own safety. So me and her then started traveling together. But I've been traveling for over 10 years. Wow. But my situation is different than other people's because I am actually a travel nurse. So not only do I travel for pleasure, I travel for work.
For business, no doubt.
So it was twofold, and it made more sense because as I went from different locations and different places, income was never an issue for me. Where a lot of nomads have to find some way to make some type of residual income
when they get there in the area. Wow.
Exactly.
Wow. And so, what was the spark of inspiration? I mean, this is all right. This is not like. I heard you mention that you met DG because so I'm assuming the community is not made up of a lot of African Americans.
Oh no, it's definitely a Caucasian driven community.
Gotcha.
It's definitely like you literally have to find other people that look like yourself. I'll never forget, I went to this event. I'm not going to say the name because I don't like giving people negative press. So I went to this big event that has been going on for over 20 years in Arizona. And I mean, when I say a big event, like 5,000 people deep in the desert coming to have a communion.
And this is a nomad community.
Yes. And I was the only Black person there out of like 5,000 people. And now, like as I started to meet other African-American nomads, they was like, I was there that year. You didn't see me? I was like, it was 5,000 people in the desert. Everywhere I looked, I was the only one. I couldn't get through the whole area. The area was so vast. This event that I couldn't find anybody that looked like me after the first day. So I left. And this was like a 5-7 day event. I left after the first day after traveling all the way to Arizona to go to the event. I was like, I feel unsafe.
Do you have a social media? I know DG has a page. Do you have a page where people could follow you and follow your journey?
I do. I have a page on Instagram, Tina Marie, or you can look under Brace. And I just have Tina Marie on Facebook, Brace Nomad on YouTube.
What does Brace mean? BRASE.
You gotta believe, you gotta realize it, you gotta achieve it. You have to provide service and education. So that was the monarch that I live by. Like service is a really, really big thing for me. No matter where I go, what I do, I always try to service the area, the community in some way, leave it better than what I found it. So that was a big thing. Education is another big thing. I am a CPR instructor, and like one of the things I do when I'm out and traveling is make sure everyone knows CPR, because being able to save a loved one's life, a stranger's life, is a blessing, and it's something you'll never forget. So that was the education piece to my journey. And the belief for the B is because when I started 10 years ago, it wasn't the thing to do. I'm from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. My family looked at me like I was insane. I actually owned a school bus. I refurbished the school bus to live in on the road, and I didn't even own a hammer or a screwdriver. Wow. And my family is looking like, what is wrong with you? Why are you like this? But I always knew that I was different. Like I've been different and the outlier my whole life. So when I start hearing about being nomadic, being, free, being on the road, it was just like amazing. I say I'm an introvert. Nobody believes me. So that's why the R came in, because I was like, not only do I have to believe, I have to realize this. I have to make this happen. Like,
No
it's
doubt.
just to believe something is not enough. You actually have to realize it and take the action. The A.
I was having that conversation with somebody today about starting businesses. Like, you get people that'll just give you this conversation, but they never actually, put their words into action. Like, so what questions you got, Amir?
I was zoned out.
You were zoned out?
Yeah.
So
I know it's a lot. It's a lot, Amir. I know it's a lot. But if you take anything away from this meeting, just know that anything you want to do, you can't do it until you start doing it. Like, to want to do something is not enough. You have to actually put that A in there, that action, and then you can realize.
I have a question.
Yes.
Are you on the road now, or are you still at home?
No, I'm at home right now. So I actually came off the road this December, this Christmas. Well, actually, I came off the road in November. I went to Africa for a month as a renewal and a cleansing. And then I came off the road and moved to Florida.
How many states have you covered in the United States?
I wish I can tell you I had a count, but I can tell you I've done the whole East Coast all the way up as far as Maine. And then across, I've been as far as California, Utah, Colorado, Illinois, all the way across.
And is it a thing where you just say, like, you know what? I want to go there, and I'm going.
You know what? So normally, I am real flighty, I would say. So if someone is like, oh, they're having a event up there, I would be like, oh, well, that's going to be my next location that I'm going to go. Or I meet somebody. I actually met somebody in Colorado who lived in Naples, Florida, and was like, well, when you come back to the East Coast, come by my place. And, we can work on your bus and do some things. So I said, okay, so when I finish this contract, I'm coming to Florida. And that's what I did. I went to Florida. And then Alicia, I met her through another nomadic group. And I was like, all right, I'm coming. And she's like, oh, this girl's crazy. I'm like, no, I'm coming. And that was now like 2 years ago. And I just showed up. I am definitely a person who believes in intentions. And if I make the intention to do something, I just do it. But no, it's not. I literally crossed the country to go to a concert. It's like whatever.
No doubt. So, like, it is because just, I guess I'm gonna be like your family. Like, so is there, I guess there's all kinds of stereotypes that comes with being a nomad. People think that you're a band of bums.
And that is the biggest misconception, especially in this generation. You have a lot of people that are out on the road that are internet employees. Like, they do a lot of stuff that's internet based now. Because
after having the conversation with DG, I kind of put it together. You know what? This is almost like the way people work now. It's almost like, you could do that. You could be free to do that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and you have a lot of migrant workers that do it. A lot of people who are just seasonally employed. Like at Alicia House, I met an older woman, and she just does it in the summertime. She works she's in the education field, so she works that 10 months. Then the other 2 months, she's hopping her RV, and she just rides for the whole summer. And then you have influencers. It's a lot of nomads who are digital influencers.
Gotcha.
And that's how they make a lot of their income. I mean,
gotcha.
They got whole camera crews, editing crews. I'd be like,
because I mean,
fake.
Yeah, because
so fake.
I can see that. Like, all right, let's script this part right here.
Yes,
because I see DG's is more organic. It's just more she's kind of giving it to you, there as it's happening. Oh man, again we have.
I'm a horrible digital creator because I create for therapy, not for money, because I don't need the money. So I do it for therapy. So sometimes I'll just have something to say or something to share, and I'll just turn my camera on and share it. And other times I just won't, because I don't feel the obligation to share everything, and I'm not going to sugarcoat it.
that gives you like you're like a nomad digital creator because you don't really have to come on. Like I have to come on sometime and try to come up with the interesting topics, and sometimes I may have a thought that may be interesting to me, and I just want to share. But I'm more driven by I got to get these numbers, and so
exactly. And that's just something I never put on myself. Like I own drones that I never used, like so much camera equipment, microphones. And I just feel like by the time you pull all of that out and get all set up,
the feeling's going.
The feeling's no longer organic. Like, oh my God. Yeah. So, like this room I'm in now, I'm still working on it. But this room is supposed to be like my digital creation room. Like when somebody like Alicia just to be like, hop on now. I can just turn my phone on the camera and just hop on.
Yeah.
And not have to be setting up and doing all that. So, it has its benefits. But what was the topic about today? Y'all been on here for 55 minutes.
Oh man, we just kind of got on and we just dealing with the political. My channel is based on my hometown and the political environment that is there. One of the things that's been lacking in my hometown is communication, is information. And so that's what we've been able to provide here as a platform that people can come on and get. It's biased a lot of times because I'm biased, but I'm gonna give it to you, as raw as possible, And so, been working with young Amir here, and my daughter, she'll probably be on tomorrow. If my daughter sees this, she'll be like, "Dad, I gotta come." She missed
a good one because let me tell you something. Right now, I'm working on my postgraduate degree. And I'm doing policy and leadership right now. So the phone call I was on when Alicia told me to get on here and I had to get off. I see you, Alicia, in the comments. I was just talking to somebody about, I do healthcare policy and how the problem is we don't have enough representation. The healthcare subcommittee here in Florida has one African-American male on the whole committee. One. So how can our needs in the healthcare community and policy and regulations be addressed if there's no one on the committee that understands firsthand or have any knowledge or clue about what disparities affects us? So the fact that you have a podcast and you talk about policy, what's going on in the community, is very important because the number one way to hide something from somebody is just write it down.
Just write it down.
That's all you got to do if you want to hide something, is write it down.
And that's one of the issues that, a lot of the reoccurring issues here is the number of officers, which there's a shortage of officers across the country. But then one of the things I often ask people is, like, who's in your family that's stepping up? Because growing up here, we always knew somebody on the force. You know what I mean? It's a small community, and now that's changed, and it's instead of looking out, we need to really look at ourselves a lot of times and say, what is it that we're doing or not doing to make these things, go.
I feel like right now you need to plug Michael Jackson in the mirror or something. I feel like right in that minute it needs to be a button like boom, boom, boom.
No doubt. Questions, brother?
Not much. No.
So what do you think about the nomad lifestyle?
At first, like when she first started talking about it, I thought it was like crazy, but now that I hear everything is
so what you're saying now that you hear how intelligent she is, you're like, oh, okay, this sounds like something.
Putting words in my mouth.
Okay.
But let me tell you something. As a young person, this is what I tell all my young people, because I do a lot of advocacy and speaking to young people, right? The best thing you can do for yourself is to meet other people and be social, and don't be afraid to be active. I've never met a stranger. With any room I go into, anybody I meet, I can be natural. I can talk to them. I can get to meet them. And what that makes is, no matter where I travel, I know someone. Like everywhere I get, like people everywhere. That's because I try to build lasting relationships with people. And especially for young people, get into travel sports. Travel sports is an amazing way to have a friendship group that is very vast, because you're like, oh, we played together on this date. I seen you at this event. I seen you at that event. Even if you politics, if you're into that, no matter what you're into, if you can use whatever you like as a reason to travel and get to know different people, it makes a big difference. Because often living in a small town or being from a small town, your vision is small because you haven't seen anything bigger, so you don't know what is possible. And the world uses your lack of knowledge as a weapon against you.
Absolutely. And I even just like listening to you guys, like one of the things that what I've learned is that the real education comes through travel, like, and through different experience in different places, because it's one thing to hear, through conversation about New York or the people of New York. But then when you are there, you're in the culture, you smelling it, you feeling it, you eat the food, that's a whole different experience. And
exactly.
I think, that's one of the beauties of travel. And I can just imagine like the different types of people you guys meet in your travels.
I'm gonna tell you one more story. I can talk to death. You got the wrong person on this podcast because I can talk. So listen, I'm gonna give you a prime example. So I lived in a city called Yuma, Arizona, which is a border town and military town.
Yes, that's where Yuma is, where the time zone changes.
Exactly. When you go into Cali, yes.
Yes.
So you've been down I-10.
I've been down I-10. I rode Greyhound through there, and that's where
Yes, I've actually driven that Greyhound to San Diego to get on the airplane.
Wow.
Listen, I'm a mess. But I'm telling you this because I moved there and it was two things that I learned. Three things when I learned when I was there. One, the history about the Colorado River and how America has found a way to tax rain. Two, that they have a very historical prison there that's very still open, where they used to catch slaves trying to enter Mexico. So, if you can get past Yuma, you in Mexico. All right. That was the second thing that had me in tears when I went in that museum. And I was like, more people need to literally see this, because it was just like, wow. And the third thing was that we already had a wall. We didn't need another wall, because there was already a wall there.
Yeah.
I said, they doing all this about the wall. We don't need a wall because we have a wall. Yeah. Nobody's jumping over the wall. They're walking right in. I walked into Mexico. I walked back into the United States. I did this every day. We go to Mexico for lunch. Absolutely. And I would see them building the wall. And I was like, why are you building a wall in front of a wall? But I said 99% of the people who's like a wall, have never been to a border place and seen.
They've never been to a border town. They have no idea
that there's already a wall.
Because I lived in San Ysidro. Okay. And so like you said, go down to have breakfast in Mexico, and I got a toothache. I'm going to Mexico and get my tooth pulled. Or you know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like, and you're right. The people who are screaming the loudest, they've never been near a border town.
And that's what I'm like, these people do not jump the wall or dig through tunnels to get here. They come over legally and then just don't come back.
No doubt.
That's what's happening. So I was like, this is like the most ill misconception ever. And I'm like, you can convince the people of anything. Because the lack of knowledge is somebody else's weapon of power.
Yes. And then when you can get them to be so passionate about something they don't know.
They don't even know.
You got them. All right, so guys, listen, we are here. Welcome to Andrew's Podcast. We have a guest on tonight, Miss Tina Marie. Give her. She is Braze, Brase, nomad.
And a nomad is.
What is a nomad?
A nomad is a person who travels around wherever they are with their animals.
And well, she's not traveling with her animal now because
he sadly had a stroke.
He did. But he's 19, and in dog years, he.
Oh my God, he's an old man.
How old is he? In human years?
No, in human years, he's 19. I don't know how old he is in dog years. I don't know the
times
calculation.
7.
Oh, it's times 7?
I think so.
Old. is a
Oh, he almost 120.
19-year
Almost
old.
120.
Oh,
So he's
man,
like
we gotta.
113.
We got there. In dog years?
Yeah.
How old is he?
Oh, hold on. I need to see. How old is a 19-year-old?
Just do 7 times 19,
Oh, okay.
which I believe would be like 113, if I'm not mistaken.
Times 19 equals.
What you got?
That's a slow calculator.
This computer slow.
No,
No,
almost got
Hey,
that dollar.
Yeah, I'm
that dollar
offended.
about
No
the
offense.
no offense. None taken.
That's what it is. We got that plug in. That.
I go fast on the phone.
Thank you.
Thank you, Miss Alice, too. Thank you for listening. I appreciate you.
Calculator. You say 19 times 7?
Yes.
133.
Years old.
Oh.
So
He old.
yeah, he
Really?
deserves a stroke or two.
That's mean.
That's dark.
Well,
humor, man.
well, you know.
That's dark
It's the
humor.
circle of life. It's the
No doubt.
circle of life.
No doubt. All right. So listen, we getting close to our time.
Yeah.
And but we definitely want to have you back on.
Just send the invite. Like I said, I'm always willing to talk. The reception is weak. Whatever, Alicia. Whatever. I'm always willing to talk and available. If you have some topics, some current events, some topics, or anything you want to talk about, you can always reach out to me.
Absolutely.
I am a talker, and like I said, I believe in education. And if this is the way that people get it, it's the way they get it. It's no right way. It's no wrong way.
All right. Well, so you said you travel for festivals. October of this year. What is that exact date? October 6th. We have a heritage festival here in Andrews, South Carolina.
Oh,
Hold on, let me look
shoot.
at my calendar because I got my calendar for the year. October
I
the
missed
what?
that.
October 6th.
Oh, that's good because that's the same time as homecoming. So I'll definitely be in
It
town.
is?
'Cause I think homecoming is that week or the next week.
Yeah.
Am
Definitely.
I right?
Okay. Yeah. Saturday. Yeah. That's Friday night is the homecoming,
I
and then
told
the
you,
festival.
look. Listen, I be knowing these things.
So yeah,
I'm a nomad. I know where to be, when to be there.
that's it. Listen, that's the place to be. Last year we had did you make it last year
What?
to the Heritage Festival?
What was I at the hair?
He got an old soul. I can't be here.
It's-
So yeah,
this is-
I'll be in
love that.
town.
I was
in town.
walking up and down the streets.
I was in town last year, but I guess Alicia didn't know about it because we didn't go. But
Okay. Well,
I definitely
this year,
will be in town because I'm
No
coming
doubt.
down.
no doubt.
for
And,
homecoming.
and again, I am going to keep your information, and I'm going to reach out and on different topics. I do want to get your insight on different things.
Definitely.
We'll definitely do that. So, but we're getting ready to wrap here, Miss Marie. Again, appreciate you for being in the building. Y'all give it up for her right now. Thank you.
All right. So until next time. So if you don't have a guest, you just hit me up.
I definitely will. But before you go,
Oh, the
let's talk-
camp out.
Yes.
Oh, that's what I was supposed to be doing here. See, Alicia, I'm glad you reminded me because I forgot about the camp out.
All right, go
So-
ahead and give us that before you
The
go ahead.
information.
So yes, Brace Nomad partner with Hidalgo Farms, who partner with 3 other Black-owned farms, Bossville Farms in Annandale, South Carolina.
Allendale.
And is that how you feel like Allendale?
Mhm.
I don't know. So, and then we're going to Peculiar Pig Farm, and they were at the Charleston Culinary and Wine Festival. And these brothers can cook. Not only do they raise pigs, they can cook. So we're going to go there, and then we're going to end it in Georgetown at Hidalgo Farm. So we're starting on 4/20 to 4/22. We have buy one, get one discount codes right now for anybody who wants to come and bring a friend if they never camped out. If you look in the chat, where you can buy your tickets is located there, the contact information. And this event is, again, a 4/20 to 4/22 event. It's a camp out. And Bossville Farms is a hemp farm where they do everything hemp. Amir, do you know what hemp is? So hemp is also known as cannabis, but the plant is hemp because not only is it edible, inhalable, it's also wearable. We're doing a lot of textiles and different things with the hemp material. That every part of the hemp plant can be reused. So we're very excited about this farm. It's a 70-acre hemp farm owned and operated by Brother Muhammad and his wife Tamika. So we're very excited about that also. So we really want people to come out because these are 3 Black-owned farmers and land that, we just want to get their name out and let people see the possibilities.
You don't see that much black owned farms. You don't see.
Well, we are a dying breed. We're out here, but it's definitely a dying breed only because we've been hoodwinked out of our land, our rights, and but we're woke now. We're woke. And we're not here for the cap. And, so this is like one of the things that Alicia does well at Kidogo Farms is educate the people and try to encourage people to grow their own farm and support their own people. So, like I said, the link is in the comments. It'll be 420 to 422. We're starting in Allendale and ending in Georgetown. It's a camp out. If you've never camped, this is an opportunity for you to come camp with some professional campers so you won't be alone. There will be bathroom and shower facilities provided. Food will be provided. Entertainment will be provided. And we have a good time. Every time we're together, we have a good time. I don't know if you've ever been to an Alicia camp out, but you barely sleep. And she can cook very well. So I really encourage people to come out. Even if you can't do 3 days, do 1 day, do 2 days, do a couple hours. But I think it'll be very informative. This is a family-friendly event. And the weather is breaking. And, I think it'll be a nice opportunity to get a new hobby, at least.
So you guys heard it right there, man. And now I am looking forward to this event myself. Yes, shout out to Miss Pilor Richards.
Hey, Pilor.
So you guys heard it there, and here's the link here. You can come back at any time and go through this link right here and find out, sign up, and just reach out to Kidogo Farms and find out more information about Kidogo Farms. Nice place to visit. Yes, ma'am. Again, I may not be able to finish the tour, but
just started. It's a lot of people that's just popping in for, like I said, a day or some hours.
There you go.
I would love to meet you in person, and I think you would fit into the party very nicely.
No doubt. Yeah, because Allendale's not far from me, and so I definitely plan to make that leg of the tour, and I think I'll link up with Amir and my daughter and bring them down to.
It's a family-friendly event. Yep.
Yeah. So, yeah, we're looking forward to that. Again, hey, nice meeting you, Miss Tina Marie. All right. Again, y'all make sure y'all go follow her, and I'll be tomorrow. Like we could just run this because this is right here. You know what I mean? This is.
Oh, how often are you on?
Usually daily, but
daily?
I've been usually, but that sometimes I may just say, nah, I'm not doing it today, and then.
Well, does the link stay the same?
Yes. Well, no. Every time I come on, it'll be what I'll do is I need you to friend me on Facebook. That way I can.
I'm already friending you on Facebook.
Okay, cool beans. Then all I gotta do is look you up, and then I can send you that link through there.
But this is the problem. You have to send me my email because I'm not a Facebooker. Alicia sent it to me, and I was
via email.
Yeah,
I'm gonna email you.
I'll shoot you an email. I'll inbox you.
There you go.
All right, take care, you guys. See you. I got a date to go on.
All right, you have a good one now.
You too. I don't stop.
All right.
She said a date. That's funny.
What's funny about that, Amir?
People go on dates, Amir. She was like, bye, I gotta go on a date.
Oh, okay.
That was funny, bro.
All right, so listen, man. Are you gonna join tomorrow? You've already got the likes up to 13 likes right here. Now they say they want to see you tomorrow. You be back in tomorrow?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so ladies and gentlemen, y'all look for me and Mr. Amir on tomorrow. Okay, and in the meantime, y'all do y'all thing, and we're gonna do you do your thing, and I'll do mine. I guess that's how that's supposed to go.
Yes.
And I have deleted.
We can't do the end one.
No, I deleted
You can't
my.
do that one.
Yeah, I can do that, but that's supposed to be. That's not the
You can
intro.
do both. It's fine.
I don't have the outro. I got to reload the outro.
Just play that one.
All right. Anyway.